Hey Virgos, this is Sage Wisdom here to do a reading for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So it's a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or even cross watchers. Okay, so thank you God for this opportunity to read for the Sun sign of Virgo, or anybody who has Virgo in their chart. Asking for the highest messages, this enlightened love, dismissing any energy that's not of the highest good for Virgos, myself, or anybody that tunes into this channel. I'm sending enlightened love to those energies and entities. Calling my spiritual team, my ancestors and spirit guides, for guidance and direction and clear and accurate messages. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Okay. So this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. So overall energy, Virgos, you guys, is some type of unhealthy habit or desire that's consuming you right now, is what they're saying. And when you allow those unhealthy habits and desires to consume you, it controls you. Okay. So they want you to face the truth about something. So this is an opportunity to work off some type of karma, some negative karma from a past life or from your past, is what they're saying. Is this energy around that feels, it's got the Five of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Star. So it's the energy where it feels like competition, or like maybe you won something or you got the upper hand in something, but it feels like an empty victory because it was done with arguments and tension and with strife involved. So it almost felt like a loss or betrayal, even though you may have had the upper hand, because how it was handled wasn't right. Hence is why they're saying working off some bad karma or some past life karma. Okay, then right next to that is the Ten of Swords, which talks about misfortune and pain. So either you feel like somebody backstabbed you, or you backstabbed somebody else, and now you're feeling bad about it, and you want to kind of correct the situation, or, you know what I'm saying, make the situation right. So Spirit is saying whatever happened in the past is in the past. What we can do going forward will help to right the situation. You know what I'm saying? So what can I can't go back. I can't, if I keep thinking about the situation, being in this weird mindset and feeling bad and stressed about it, it's just gonna like control me, and it's unhealthy. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? What can I do to right the situation? Can I give an apology? Can I do something nice for somebody? Can I like talk about it and explain? Can I, you know what I'm saying? Can I help in some way? Think of a way to make it better, because they're saying whatever happened in the past, that's over. That part is over. The worst part is over. But the work comes when like you admitting what you did wrong, and how can I be truthful myself, be truthful to the other party about what happened and what I want to do to make it right, is what they're saying. They're saying once you start getting on that path, you know what I'm saying, going on that path, you'll have more faith, more hope. You have more like brighter prospects about things. So it's having optimism about situations. So even though it was a bad situation in the past, you can change the outlook, or you can change the outlook by changing what you choose to focus on. Let's say like that. Whatever you choose to focus on is the thing that you would feel, and that's what you're going to allow to control you. So the truth is, maybe you didn't handle a situation well in the past, but now you're provided the opportunity of the present, hence the word present. You're present to yourself to change or make things different, to work off that energy or that karma. Okay, that's your overall energy. Now let's go into the situation. Okay, so you have in your overall, your situation, Virgo, the Emperor, the Ace of Swords, and the Sun, which are very good cards. So going forward, you have a chance to like push energy into a different way, push energy in that's more happy. Like the Sun, the Ace of Swords is talking about inspiration, or like maybe you have clarity on a situation and now you know how you want to approach it. So as a result of that, you might feel happy and you have brighter prospects or aspects to a relationship where it's more happiness ushered in instead of like that gloom from the past. So this comes from you being like maturing in your viewpoint, growing, learning from your mistakes, so everything that went wrong in the past were lessons for us to learn. If we can actually learn the lessons and let go of the guilt, the shame, the fear that was associated with the lesson, we can actually make a better difference going forward. So even though it was a harsh lesson learned and it felt bad, you learned the lesson. So now that you've learned and you matured and you've grown, you can be successful with bringing what you're trying to bring to fruition now. Okay, whether it's like a business venture or some type of relationship that you had with somebody, but it's all about rising above adversity. When people, and maybe it could have been Virgo, there's somebody in your immediate circle made you feel annoyed, like, or you felt backstabbed. But they're saying when you rise above the issues and not like fall into that energy, you know what I'm saying? You can change the whole situation around, not just for you, but for all the parties involved, is what they're saying. So just have like a newfound clarity and like a brighter ideal of how you want your future to be. And because you're thinking it and you're feeling it, that's what you're manifesting into reality. Okay. That's what Spirit is saying. Okay. Now, for some of you, it has to do with the love relationship, because I kind of talked about it in terms of a work situation. Maybe you have a passion towards somebody, is what they're saying. The Sun here with the Emperor, maybe somebody that you are interested in relationship wise, or maybe it's, it's somebody that makes you feel good, or maybe it's a creative project. You know what I'm saying? It's either love, it's a love situation, or it's a creative project, or some type of social situation went on and how you handled it wasn't healthy. But now you can push forward and start a new journey in this area because you learned the lesson from the past. Is what they're saying. Okay. The energy that's around you, Virgo, you have a lot of cards that came out too. Like normally I do 3 cards per section of the reading, but a whole bunch came out in all your spaces. Okay. So Spirit is saying that there were some changes that came about. You went through a transitionary phase, which initially made you feel like off kilter, off balance, and you were kind of like seeking a balance. You're trying to seek in the truth. And what they're saying is you reached that point now, but you realize it had to do with more looking into yourself, like the inner knowingness of your purpose with whatever situation was, or what your intentions were. You know what I'm saying? It's like understanding you better. So it's like changing your approach, changing your attitude, changing like the impression that you made. So in you identifying your flaws or your faults in a situation, which means you were able to look at you, to move past the ego and see the truth of the situation, you automatically brought balance to the situation, because you're no longer like, well, they did this and he or she did this, and that's why I reacted to this. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like it was a reactionary thing that made you feel how you felt initially, where things were kind of not on the up and up, where it was some betrayal, some arguments, some strife. It may not have been you, it could have been another person, but how you handled it added to the negativity in the situation, is what they're saying. But now, because you're looking at yourself and like the impression that you made, it automatically balances the situation. Okay. So you're examining like your words, your thoughts, your feelings toward the whole situation. And you realize the arguing wasn't the answer. Maybe I could have approached the situation differently, is what you're saying. Okay. And so in doing that, you open up your, what do you call it? Your higher self, or your creative mind, or your energy is focused more on your feminine energy, which is like the nurturing aspects of you, or like, first nurturing yourself back to a certain point, and then maybe viewing a situation more lovingly. That's how I say it. You view a situation more lovingly, which makes it open to creative solutions. Okay. That's the energy. So maybe you had a temporary setback initially, but now that you regrouped, you mean you examined everything that went on, even your choices, or even how you added to the situation in a negative way, even if it wasn't initially your fault. And now you're looking at ways to solve the problem. They bring the balance back with the Justice card, that doesn't involve arguing or trying to have an upper hand. Like, I win, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. It's not that. You realize that it's something that needs to be handled a little bit more delicately, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. All right. So when I look at the aspects of this energy, like I said, you have a lot of cards. I typically do 3. You have like 7 or 8 in each of your sections of this reading. They're saying it was like, it's like for some of you, it has to do with your partner. You're resolving a conflict with your partner, and you're just trying to establish stability. So it's like your 9 of Wands. I went through the battle, and like, I came out of it. And I came out of it where I really won it, but then I wasn't feeling all right about it. So I needed to re-examine how I dealt with the situation. That's the energy. Okay. So you took that time to go within. You sought counsel from within, from your higher self, from God, that type of energy. So just need that time alone to kind of think through things. So maybe you approached it like foolishly. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like went with your first impulse, or your like how you were feeling at that time, and maybe you reacted prematurely to a situation, is what they're saying. And it made that person or even you feel some type of heartache or loss based on the choice or decision you made. So we always call that like the tower moment. You had a moment where everything got disrupted and you had to like pull it together. And the way you pull it together is tapping into your higher self, which is tuning into your third eye, your wisdom beyond what you are, what you know on this physical realm, that kind of like bring more hope and more light to the situation. Okay. So now, as a result of that, just that simple thing, just like pulling back, looking at how I could approach a situation differently. What were my flaws in this? I mean, I already know what the other person's flaws were because I won the argument, but I don't feel good about it. How could I handle it differently? Doing that automatically brings like contentment or peace. You know what I'm saying? With the partner, whoever it was that you were arguing with it. So like you're moving towards a smoother situation already. So if you're moving into calmer waters where it's more cooperation, you meet the person where they at, understanding what they want, what their needs are, and that's what's going to help. Okay, so in doing that, it stays positive. It's not in this lower energy, whether you put it there or they put it there. It's not in there because you're taking a higher role. So it makes you more empathetic, more neutral, more like, you're not like, I'm in control. This is how it should be. You're just more empathetic and more neutral in regards to the situation, what they're saying, which brings a lot of hope. It brightens up the situation. It brings like the aspect of happiness back into it. It brings the aspect of stability back into it, or just like success in something, success and joy when it comes to love, success when it comes to business aspirations, or just inspiration. You have more clarity on how to handle things. So everything that happens is for our own lesson on how we should handle things moving forward. So you're making up for a way that you handle something in a recent past that wasn't maybe the best. You notice that because you know how it made you feel, or how it made the situation feel. So now you're trying to, right your wrong, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what's testing this situation is I feel like with you, Virgos, is that you have like a lot of childhood, I'm not gonna say issues. You have a lot of unresolved childhood situations. And I feel like when you're talking about that working on past life karma, has to do with things in your childhood that affected you. Okay. And so you're getting back in alignment with some of that stuff from the past. And they're saying that you have ascended masters around you, like Jesus or Buddha, Confucius, to try to help you balance out that energy, that like, I don't know, like the yin yang energy, like that strong energy, that anger energy, and then the kindness and the compassion. Okay. That's what they're saying. So it's about focusing. Was testing you, the challenge in the situation. Let me say it that way, is that you have to work on like mutual affection, mutually caring for something, and dedicating time to mature a love. If you're wanting like happiness in terms of love, like a happy relationship or bright future in terms of that, and not having so much adversity, you have to nurture the part that needs nurturing. In order to mature love or to make something better, you always have to focus on the nurturing aspects of the relationship, not so much the blame or the technicality of it or right and wrong, is what they're saying. And I'm clarifying this. Hold on 1 second. That's what they're saying they want you guys to focus on. In order to feel passion and to have like that love feeling, or just to feel good about something, because it's like this fifth house energy with you, like fulfillment in anything you do, you have to nurture different aspects of yourself. And it has to do more with your emotions, your creative energy, love, relationships. That part is not nurtured enough, is what they're saying. Sometimes you guys are too focused on the like what's in front of you, or like the black and whiteness of the issue, where you're not nurturing the part that needs to be nurtured. Or in some cases, because you have the lovers here, is about making a choice about what you want, even if the situation is not, it's like the way you want it to be. It's not like a perfect situation. It's not your ideal situation, but you have strong feelings towards somebody, and but then at the same time, maybe you're having commitment issues, or you have doubt about the situation, or maybe you're in a relationship and you have temptation to step outside of something. They're saying that's what the downfall is. Like you focus on the energies that come across as stronger, that come across as passion, or like lust or something like that, where it feels like you think it'll feel good. So maybe for some of you, not all of you, maybe some of you stepped out. If you're in a committed relationship, you stepped out on a partner, and you what's it called, adultery. You cheated on your partner, and then it's like a temptation, stuff like that, and it's like maybe it got found out, is what they're saying, and then you're making a choice about what to do, or maybe it didn't get found out. Maybe you just feel bad about what you did and you want to make it right. It's that energy too. And for those who's not in a relationship, I don't think it's like somebody cheated. It's just more like you're not fully committed to the person or the relationship, and so you're not really feeling the type of like fulfillment that you want to feel, because you're not giving that. So it's whatever. It's like what you give. Okay, what you feel for yourself, like the emotions you feel for yourself. If you're like technical and black and white and just like, I'm business based, I'm not going to focus on my feelings or emotion, but then you expect to feel like passion and like that burning desire, but you're not giving that, it don't line up. It starts with you first. You know what I'm saying? Like any good relationship starts with a happy person. It doesn't start with me reaching out to that person to make me happy. It starts with me being content with who I am and having an idea of what I want. And once I have an idea of what I want, I can nurture that idea. So I can like grow that idea, because I'm putting energy and time into it. It's like you want something, like in terms of love or having that loving aspect, but you're not invested in it, whether you either won't commit to something or you're stepping out on the side with something, is what they're saying. So it's not enough mutual attraction or mutual caring for that person. It's not enough collaboration, or you're not as dedicated as you need to be. So there's like, yeah, in order, you have to respect the situation, respect the person, and nurture and pour into that situation. And it's your energy where, whatever ascended master you believe in, Jesus, Buddhists, Confucius, they are helping you to align with something that happened in your childhood, with what it is that you want currently. So it's like you're working off something from the past to align you with your true desires and your true goals are. Yep. Yeah. And I feel like in the past, maybe you guys like, oh, well, it just didn't work out for me. That shoe just didn't fit. Now it's like you don't have no excuses. You can't walk away or run away from this. You have to face whatever it is, your issue that's affecting the situation. That's what it is. Okay, let me see what else is going on. Okay, so let me look at aspects of this energy. So you have the Ten of Swords, and you have the Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So it's like swords. You're in your head. You're logical about something. You're approaching something logically, and it's a strain that's putting on you, where you feel like under pressure, or maybe you feel you have this natural tendency to feel suspicious of people. But it's like, what I'm saying, it's like your thoughts about something, how you view a situation in terms of love, in terms of what you want from love, or it's something that you feel like you're not getting, but it's something that you won't allow yourself to experience, is what Spirit is saying. So it's like this strain that maybe you feel like it's coming from others, because maybe it's what other people are wanting from you, and it could be in terms of relationship, but you're not sure if you want it, because you're not in touch with that aspect of yourself, is what they're saying. And they're saying, give yourself a break. Just take a breather, take a rest from thinking about whatever it is you're thinking about that's got you blocked like this, because it's making you feel like you don't have a choice in something, or it's like a fear of change. You don't know how to like release it and untrap yourself from your constraints, your mental constraints on the situation. Okay, so they're saying, Spirit is saying, it's like you're restricting yourself from, or not allowing yourself to enjoy 100% what you could enjoy, is what they're saying. So whatever happened, like I said, it was something that you reacted to, and if it comes up again, because it will, because I don't think you completely learn the lesson, don't be manipulated by backfire. So if somebody says something to you the wrong way, or something that you don't like, instead of just reacting, don't react right away. Think about what you want and align that with your values before you make a decision to just say whatever comes to your mind, because you just want to win the argument or win the battle, or you just, what I'm saying? And you could be right in what you're saying, but it's like Spirit is wanting you to change your approach to the situation, is what they're saying, in relation to your individual relationship, whether it's a marriage, a committed relationship, or the fact that you being non-committal, it's something that they want you to explore because it's something that's not even known to you, because it's like that Cancer moon energy with home and family, where something's affected. It's either you manipulating it because you're not really in tune with what you want emotionally, and you just tune your head and you're reactive. And when you're in your head, it's like you can be easily manipulated because you're trying to be logical, you're trying to be witty, but you're not using your emotions and your compassion towards a situation, is what they're saying. So it's like the way you are, so that your habits, something's needing to change. So it's like looking at things more ethically and how you approach them, is what they're saying. And when you do this, it's to make you feel less stressed, because it's like a lot of strain that's coming from, I don't know, like how your reactionary response to things, not taking the time to yourself. And maybe you are being pulled in a lot of different directions because, like a lot of people wanting something from you. Let me see something. Let me clarify this. Clarify to the Swords and Four Swords. Yeah, it's an imbalance. Is an imbalance between work and family. Whew, thank you, God. Is an imbalance between work and family, is what they're saying. It is, you committed to toxic environments. So it's like the second house, which has to do with your money, work, income. Then the fourth house, family. It's like you're too focused on one thing and not enough on another, but you want more of the loving home, loving family, relationship stuff, but you're not putting that energy into that. Your energy is into your work and what you're doing, like your logical way of being and thinking. So it's an imbalance there. So you committed to like the fact that it's imbalanced makes it toxic, because you're focusing too much energy and attention on one thing, but you're expecting to feel something from this other aspects that you haven't poured into. You're pouring too much energy and time into work, is what they're saying. And you're too in your head about things, which makes you somewhat bitter. And I feel like some of you cover up your hurt through your being quick-witted or reactive, being responsive to stuff, being like smart mouth, like being funny, but it's really because you're covering up hurt, is what they're saying. So it's like you paying attention to all the details that's not necessary to pay attention to. You paying attention to all the wrong details. Might be the title to your you're paying attention to all the wrong details, is what Spirit is saying, and it's making you stuck in your head. Like you're saying is this, you're arguing with somebody about this and that, but that's not really what you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you're just using your wit to kind of like counteract hurt, or just not to focus on what it is you're supposed to be focused on. So let me write this down. Paying attention to all along details, which is going to be the title of your video. Paying attention. Long details. Okay. Whew. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for giving that to me, because I was like, ooh. I couldn't figure out what this energy was. So it's the second house with your income and how you make money, and then it's also the fourth house with your family. Like it's like, so the cancer aspect of it. But it's really because you focusing too much on money and practical things, and not enough on the love and emotional things. But yet you want that, and then you feel like a betrayal that you don't have it, or you feel like, you know what I'm saying, people pulling from you in a negative way, where you feeling like backstabbed, or you feeling like, just not feeling strain from that, because it's more instead of nurturing, you're arguing with it, because maybe somebody's coming to you saying, I feel like I want more attention, I feel like we should spend more time, so it makes you feel poor, but you're still trying to balance all your work. So what needs to change is lessening your workload. So maybe you need to delegate something at work, or maybe you need to take a vacation just to get a break, so that you can feel like, you could change stuff where you feel like your hands aren't so tied, where even if you were on a vacation, you would be tied to whatever you think about at work. Somehow you need to delegate your work, is what they're saying, and spend more time with your loved ones or loved one, in order to focus on like happiness in terms of that. Yeah, you too focus on work and not enough on like how to bring a loving, passionate energy back into a relationship, or how to feel like nurtured. The way you want to feel nurtured is you have to give that nurturing energy, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, so let's look at the outcome, Virgo. And again, a lot more cards for you. Spirit is saying that fifth card, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the main energy of this reading is to justice, seeking balance. Okay, you're not balanced in how you handling your personal relationship side. Yet that's something that you want. You want to have a nourishing, loving relationship, but you're not putting energy and devoting time. You're not maturing that that side. You're focused on the work aspect, the material aspect. So then when you think about the love aspect, it's like one more thing added to my plate. That's the energy that I'm feeling. Okay. So they're telling me to tell you that life is happening for you, it's not to you. So don't think like, oh my God, all this stuff happened to me. That is like the way you're thinking about the situation. You're allowing the situation to control you and consume you because you're not balancing out the energies enough. You're not, you can't be all working or play and expect to be just enjoying life. You have to dedicate the same amount of energy to like vacationing and taking time for your family as you dedicated to work. Okay. So if you want to have this type of loving relationship, you need to be the sincere, practical lover too. You have to be realistic in terms of love. Okay. You have to give back to that aspect. Okay. Is what they're saying. So it's about nurturing mutual trust and affection. That's like the energy. That's how you don't receive success with the Empress. You have to nurture those aspects of your relationship. It can't be always bickering and arguing, or you being reactive to like if somebody say I need to spend more time with you. Well, I can't because I'm busy doing this. How am I make money for the house if I'm spending time on vacation? It's like that type of energy. It's like you're snapping at people because they're asking for love or more of your time because they care for you. Yet you want that, but you don't give it. And then when people, deep down that you should do things right. And I think that's why you're reacting the way you're reacting. So it's like this energy where I don't know, it's almost like somebody want to walk away, or it's a possibility somebody walk away, or they're saying you need to like withdraw from some of your work projects to focus on love. That's what I feel like this is. 8 of Cups right here. They want you to walk away or withdraw from some of your work projects to focus more on love. You know what I'm saying? Focus your energy on a loving relationship. Okay. And learn to compromise. It's a compromising aspect that needs to be here. And that's what it is. Okay. Some of you maybe not spend enough time with your children. Or like I said, it's from something in your childhood that distorted you and it made you not focus on that, or something that happened when you were younger. So they're saying that you need to learn how to move away from whatever this issue was in your childhood so that you can like direct your life differently and with more emotions, more love, dedicate more love and more emotions to things instead of like, just the energy into the practical application of life and making money is what they're saying. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. I'm getting clarity and it's repeating. Let me show you what it says and I'm gonna close it out. I got to get some closing messages. So it's saying that you guys need to approach situations with more of a loving, emotional touch to it. And with this being the Page of Cups, it tells me it's something in your childhood that affected you in this way. Okay, where it made you more look at the financial material aspect, where you just focus 5 of Pentacles too much on the material. And then when it's brought up to you, you become defensive about people saying this to you, yet it is something that you want deep down to have that emotional connectedness or that love or that nurturing, caring aspect of yourself. Okay, that's what Spirit is saying. So give me some cards to give me some advice for Virgo in terms of this reading. What advice do you have for Virgo? Yeah, they want you to start being grateful for your situation. Grateful for what you currently have was here in your life. Even if you're not fully appreciated now, just thank God for it, okay? Because you've made a lot of progress in your life. You have to focus your intention on giving back to your loved ones. Like showing love, showing compassion, showing like nurturing that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like nurturing a situation is what they're saying. You have your spirit guides and your angels kind of watching over, protecting you, like they kind of, get you back set in the right direction is what they're saying. Like your intentions need to be changed or clarified. Where's the other card fell? Your intentions need to be reset is what they're saying. Yeah, you need to focus on nurturing different aspects of your life at this time. Okay. Yep. It'll change once you reset your attentions on what it is you truly want that's aligning with your like values and what you want to feel. You know what I'm saying? You'll have forward movement because your mindset will change to one that's more positive. Okay. And then you'll start seeing things differently and you'll start to receive the healing. So it's almost like with the because you have the Eight of Swords card, you're cut off from receiving the healing because you're too in your logical state of mind. You're too not connected to the aspects of nurturing. You're more in like your emperor energy. You're more in your masculine energy. Let's say it like that, where you're like cut off from the nurturing aspects of yourself, which is the Empress. Okay, so the Empress nurtures. It's the feminine energy. The creative energy, the loving energy. She nurtures herself. She nurtures others. The Emperor is very logical. He has detailed plan about how you don't get from A to B. He's stable in his job. He's secure financially. But it's like you're too much into this energy and not enough in this energy. But it's the balance that makes this great, because it's great to be secure, and it's also great to be loving. But you can't be too loving and not take care of business. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too aloof and not take care of business, but at the same time, you can't be too strong in your masculine energy and not like balance it with other things, because you'll start to feel a lack yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's balance in your masculine and feminine, the Emperor and Empress. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I got to get this work done, but also I need to nurture my relationship, nurture myself, nurture my kids. That type of energy is the balance that's necessary for you. Okay, that's what's going to lead to happiness. But once you get clear on that, you the Ace of Swords, you can rise above the mental conflict or the restraint that you have on yourself, like keeping yourself in your thoughts. I can't do this because I'm responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? Take a break from all that, and then kind of just, don't look at everything as like a strain, like another thing to do, another thing that's added to my plate. No, take that sword out and start looking at it differently. How can I reset and bring myself to happiness? So it's like realigning your intentions with your desires. Realigning your intentions with your desires. Oh my God, that might be it. That might be the title. Realign your intentions with your desire. Every time I try to write this, realign intentions with desire. That's what it is. That's what the issue is with you. Okay. All right. Let me know if this helped or not. Give me a thumbs up if it resonated. Leave a comment. But until next time, light and love. Thank you so much for tuning in too, by the way. I'm having technical difficulty. I can't cut off. Hope this video kept.